What if I told you there's a secret metal fueling the next $1 trillion industry? That's right. In today's video, we're going to really tap into and uncover this one key component that's fueling the AI revolution. Chips aren't just tech, right? They're the new oil for the 21st century. And when we think about it, we see that oil is the life and blood of what we got going on in America. So are chips. Chips are not just AI, they're EVs, they're smartphone, they're cloud, they're 5G, all of them run on chips. And then every chip has this microscopic copper wiring. That's right. It's thinner than a hair follicle and it's running through every chip. It's the reason why things get connected. So without copper, there's no data transfer, there's no computing, there's no connectivity. So I want you to think about copper as the bloodstream of the new age revolution, and you think about chips as the brain. Now, here's why this is important. Because Trump actually did a 50% tariff on copper. Now, America is the fifth largest copper importer. What that means is, that's what we do, right? So what the tariffs are trying to do is put us in a situation where we can muscle our way through it. Of course, that's not going to stand. But I want you to think about something from this perspective. If America was to dig up a hole or find a copper mine right now, it would literally take 29 years for that thing to come into play. So that's how you just muscle. That's how you navigate the game. That's how you put a stronghold on certain people and on certain companies. So you use that as a leveraging tool because these companies can't just move in and out of that. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down 3 companies that I think we all should pay attention to. And it's not Nvidia. It's not Palantir. It's not Facebook. It's not Netflix. It's none of those. But it's 3 companies that we should definitely pay attention to. And these companies will definitely, we lock in right now. If we lock in, these companies definitely take our portfolios to another level. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this with somebody because today we're going to give y'all some real game. All right, let's get into it, y'all. All right, man, y'all know we deep on the notes right now, man. So listen, the first one up to bat is none other than Applied Materials, ticker symbol AMAT. Now, when you think about this company actually, Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, came out and said that without AMAT, the chip industry would not exist. That's right. They revolutionized it. So let me repeat. He said they revolutionized it. Right? They revolutionized the chip industry because of the wafers that they made. It's the company that makes the machine that makes the chips. Think about that. It's the company that makes the machines that actually makes the chips. So a company like AMAT is so important because they don't make the chips. They make the machines that make the chips. So they make the machines, sell it to people that make the chips, right? They supply the etching, the deposition, the polishing of the equipment, and every fab on earth, whether it's TSMC, Samsung, Intel, Micron, all of these people use this company. This company is revolutionizing the industry because it's building the fabs in-house. Now, AMAT dominates with specialized tools. They become a one-stop shop for all chip manufacturing. Now, why did I talk about copper? Because the copper tie in AMAT is tied to this like chemical vapor that they use that lay the copper connections down, that lay them down flat. So without AMAT's tool, the copper wouldn't be in this pattern that is in. And now we're talking about so many billions of connections. So without AMAT, you don't have Nvidia. Without AMAT, you don't have a TSMC. Without AMAT, you don't have an Intel. Without AMAT, you don't have a Samsung. So you need AMAT. So AMAT is a company I definitely think that we should all look into. I think we should. The company is down right now, which is phenomenal for us because it's companies like this. When these companies at 52-week highs and they're at all-time highs, it's kind of hard for us to invest in them because we don't know when again. This company has been down for a while, so I think it is truly one of the ones that should be on our list. Now, next on the list is none other than MU. That's right, Micron. Now, the company just got a price increase to 155. It's trading around about 118 right now. So that means he sees a large upside on this. Now, watch this. It's the only U.S. company left making memory for chips. That's right. Its competitors are Samsung, that's in Korea, SK, that's in Korea, YMTC, that's in China. Micron has the largest U.S. flag standing. So that means that and alone puts us in a league by itself. So why does memory matter? Well, because every AI workload, every photo you upload, every TikTok video you put up, everything is tied and it sits on what's called a DRAM, DRAM, and a NAND. So these are the things that's important. I don't want to talk over your head. I want to bring it back down. I just want you to put it all into what's called memory. So the AI has memory, and Micron, ticker symbol MU, is a company that is 100% responsible for that. Now, how does copper tie into that? Now, the copper chips rely on copper layers for speed and the efficiency. So this high conductivity is tied to MU because with that copper that ties into them, it allows them to have the memory. It allows the memory then to let AI keep getting faster. The faster and faster it get, the more you're going to use and use and use. The more you use and use and use, the more the memory goes right here. That circle goes like that. And you becomes the person that's etched inside of every AI company in America. Voila, you got a company that's going crazy. See, I'm taking you out of the Nvidia boat. Right? Don't get me wrong. Nvidia is a powerhouse. We got to invest in it. It's the big dog. But you got to also think of the things that on the supply chain that make the big dog move. Right? Memory, AI. So anytime you go into AI, this is how AI works too. Like you go type in something, you ask a question, those prompts you put into AI. Well, guess what? The memory from those copper wires, that memory that Micron uses, the minute you put it in, it goes to a blast. Now, the thing about AI is going to take real and fake. It's going to take it. That's why your prompt is so good. This prompt going to now let the memory know where to go get it from. So it go get it from a certain place. It comes back to you. That answer comes from billions and billions of people that are using it. Then that's how you get it based on the memory of the AI, which now makes Micron what? At the core of what you're doing with AI. I'm just trying to say. All I'm trying to say is you can't think about AI without thinking about AMAT, which is the company that builds the machines, that builds the AI. And then you got to think about Micron, which is the company that makes sure your AI has memory. This is why now when you're getting your AI on your phone, now your phone knows exactly who to call you. My phone not going to call me David. It's going to say, what's up, Trap? You know why? Because the memory from, all right, maybe y'all get it at this point right now, right? All right, so I truly think that we should have a MU on our list. Now, the big dog of big dogs, the silent killer that everybody seems to somehow overlook is none other than TSMC. Now, you got to think about it like this. This is the only company that does not compete with its clients. All right, this company makes 90% of all chips that's moving around the world. Now, this company does not compete. So it does not make a chip and then say, yep, I'm going to make the chip for you. It says, I'm going to make the chip for you. I'm going to make the chip for you. I'm going to make the chip for you. All y'all go sell the chips. I don't have no chips on my own to make, so I don't even care. That's their edge. They don't compete with their competitors. So Samsung competes with their competitors. Intel competes with its competitors. But TSMC makes chips for Apple, Nvidia, AMD, and never sells their own brand. Oh my God. They never sell their own branded chips. So they're not competing with you. So that alone neutralizes them and makes them like this super big dog, because I don't have to make something to worry about you compete with me. I know that you making it based on my design, based on what I want. That's what makes them the big dog. That's what makes them the plug. That's what makes them gonna make money forever. Now, I think as investors, we gotta look into this company because how does copper tie into this? Well, let's just talk about it. Well, inside of the chip, they have these little small fibers. And inside of these fibers, these chips, all right, we already know about the memory. We already know about the wafers, but now we're talking about the embedded wafers, which now keeps this thing cool, which also keeps this thing to be able to transfer information to. So now you look at TSMC as the company now that is responsible for implementing the little small copper wire that's inside the chip. If you open the chip and you see the little wire stripped across it like that, now TSMC is the company that's responsible for that. So you got to think about AMAT. You got to think about TSMC. You got to think about MU. Now, without TSMC, there's no Nvidia GPUs. Without TSMC, there's no chip phones inside of Apple. Without TSMC, none of this even exists. There's no AMD. So now your computer don't look the way it look. The game don't look the way it look. Grok don't look the way it look. The AI stuff you're trying to pull up don't look the way it look. The telephone don't look the way it look. Tesla don't do the stuff it do in its car. All of the AI stuff is connected because this company makes 90% of the chip, which means this company had to be protected at all costs. This is why we can't let China take over Taiwan. How did I get there? I don't know. I thought you needed to know. All right, and go a little further. So here we go. Here's our big three: AMAT, TSMC, MU. These three stocks, I think we should look at them. I think we should pay real close attention to them. But most importantly, I think we should put a lot of money in them. Why? Because I'm doing it. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I don't mind making the money by myself, but my goal is to help you make money while I make money. If we make money, then, hey, we see the world a different way, right? Because we know that money does what? Open up doors. You know that money does what? Give us opportunity. And we know money that does what? Take some of the stress off us. So these 3 companies over the next couple of years, I promise you, will change your portfolio, which will change your life, which will change how you see the market. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Make sure you like, subscribe to this video. I think we earned it after this video for sure. All right, so make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video. And then in the bottom, make sure you're not being tricked by somebody telling you go on WhatsApp, go on Telegram. That's not me. I talk about stocks. I don't talk about none of that. And I'm not trying to take out the platform. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Salute. I'll see y'all in the next one.